And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity. First, I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. And, well, the story of the weekend, the track today going to be sloppy again as well, partner. A little rain behind us. It's a little dark and rainy here in Laurel, Maryland, all of the East Coast, I guess. But it was a fair playing track yesterday on the slop. Mm-hmm. The inside was doing good. A lot of speed horses. If you're close to the front, you did well on the sloppy track yesterday.
Like from way back, but it didn't really matter. Rail was good. 3-4 pass stalking was okay. We're going to deal with a sloppy surface though this afternoon, and the rains just don't look like they're going to leave us anytime soon, unfortunately.
All right, so look for a mutter here on the afternoon card. Sunday brunch cooking up for you. Next weekend's going to be a big weekend here at Laurel Park. Next Saturday, our Sprint Fest Winter Carnival with 6 stake races featuring the Grade 2 Barbara Fritchie, the Grade 3 General George, a bunch of noms to all those 6 stake races, almost 200 nominations. We'll have a big day here next Saturday. People can get a free Maryland Jockey Club sweatshirt, a good-looking sweatshirt next Saturday as well. That's always a nice gift on a winter carnival.
Always do a nice job on those big days. We have some great giveaways. Brings out a big crowd, a good live crowd. Bumps up the live handle. We always love that. And I'm sure we're going to have some crack sprinters in town for that. I'm looking forward to it. That's always a challenge for me as a line maker and even as a handicapper as well. But hey, that's what makes this game interesting.
I like Miss Locust Point. I'll say that right now for the John Service filly, Miss Locust Point, a 3-time stakes winner here at Laurel Park already. I like her for the Fritchie, and then some nice local horses nominated. Awesome Banner nominated to the Grade 3 General George. Sellis Fellowship. I think Kenny Decker with two live runners in the General George, and then you have Claudio Gonzalez, our leading trainer, with a Fleet Willie. He's nominated to both the General George and the John B. Campbell.
He can kind of sit and wait, see the draw, maybe where he wants to go. I haven't heard where he's leaning. Have you talked to him at all to really kind of get an idea?
A little bit. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know. I won't know till Wednesday.
All right.
So a big 4-day weekend next weekend. We'll have live racing on Monday, President's Day here at Laurel Park. So a big weekend coming up here next weekend. Hopefully, I'm looking at the extended forecast, and I think clear, sunny skies next Saturday and all weekend, hopefully, for President's Day weekend.
Yeah, it looks like the temperatures are going to kind of edge up a little bit. I saw a couple days maybe in the higher 50s, even lower 60s. So we need a break from this moisture, get the sun that's shining, and I'm looking forward to turf season, not too far around the corner.
Yeah,
but
March.
Let's get a good day on tap, a couple good days for next weekend, because I know we're going to have a big card.
All right, let's show you what the track looks like today here under some rainy skies at Laurel. We're in the 60s, rain, sloppy track. We have a picture of the sloppy track. We can show that. First race post time about 68 minutes away, 12:30 for the first race. And, there's the weather here at Laurel. Right. So, again, fair playing track yesterday, so just adjust your handicapping accordingly. Look for some mutters here. Let's get right to it here. Race 1, no super high five. The super high five will start race 3 today. A little carryover in that, but race 1 is going to kick off your early pick 5. Your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Always your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. Mandatory payout here on the early pick 5. Let's take a look here. Race 1. By the way, I like a Kenny Decker late daily double today.
Okay.
So looking forward to that. Let's take a look here at the opener. We're going 5.5 furlongs here in race 1, claiming 5,000. Filly mares 4 and up. This is a nice race. This is a 2 and 6 months. Never won 5 for a nickel. Tough condition. I go with the 1 Baltimore Street, who just won the A in 6 months for a nickel here at Laurel Park. Now well spotted to get back-to-back wins here at Laurel. This filly has won in the off-going, and she's a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park. Kieran McGee and Georgie Vargas, they've been red hot recently, 37%. And Vargas, that's why Vargas our leading rider right now.
He's rolling right along. Good combination, Kieran and Vargas. But Baltimore Street, I don't expect her to be on the lead like she was last time, going the 7 furlong distance. I think there's a couple runners in here that have clearly more gate speed through that opening quarter of a mile. But she has shown the ability to rate and sit. Going back some numbers in that race on November the 5th, the 25 condition race, gets up to beat Dixie Rose. Can he go to Dame has been, competitive in the allowance company in the A other than. She's dropped down. This is the way you manage horses, the way you win races and keep your owners happy. I think she gets a chance to stalk and pounce because there's going to be good flow in this race. The 5, Flying Flutter, kind of jumping in condition. I like her from the back of the pack, maybe a little bit of a price user, but my heart's in the city. I think she'll run a little bit better for Ness. She was caught inside of Blue Hen Madness, a sharp horse for Scott Lake last time out. She can sit just off of it, but you break it down, she might be the quickest early, but I think she'll go ahead and let Hanalei Sunset maybe go from the outside and take a tracking position, which she did 2 starts back, and it worked out for a win.
All right, so we both like the one Baltimore Street on top. We both like the 2 as well. Dancing Danae. Dancing Danae is going to have to break sharp from the inside. Otherwise, she might be covered up with a lot of mud getting splashed in her face.
Kind of reminds me of that price horse we liked yesterday, the African Walker that stayed inside the whole way and made that move, and that change from outside to inside enhanced her, her chances, and she held on yesterday for a good price for second behind the favorite. But Dancing Danae tried hard, was caught wide every step of the way on the 15th. No real bias that afternoon. I like the way she turns on. Maybe not as quick as what she once was, but she's a stayer at the 5.5 for a long distance. She can certainly handle an off track.
All right, so nice group of double beaten nickel filly mares here in the opener. Probably be an active claim box, my guess here in race 1 as we kick off the early pick 5. Early pick 4 starts in race 2 this afternoon. We're going 2 turns here. Mile and a 16, straight 3-year-olds claiming 25,000. I like the 2, the favorite here, 98 Octane, first off the claim here for trainer Trez Abbott. 3-year-old by Violence Angel Cruz will ride a nice win going 7 furlongs against Open 20 last November when the horse was a 2-year-old. He's won 2 in a row. I'm sorry, he's won 3 in a row. This will be his first start as a 3-year-old. We haven't seen him since that win at Parks late November. That's when Trez Abbott claimed the horse, but some nice works up there at Fair Hill. A bullet work January 20th, so lots to like here. Finds a nice cozy spot in this horse, 2 for 2 on an off track.
This other part stays in, right? The 2X? I didn't get any change on
Let's
that
see
one. Did
here.
you double check?
I have no scratches.
Yeah, okay.
In
Little
this
Jimmy
race.
B. I actually like Little Jimmy B a little bit better. I just think going in and claiming off of Pecker, you heard me about it the other day. I think it's a risky claim. The percentages, it's very difficult to win first off the claim, but showing some encouraging works. But back for the 25, I'm not sure. Has won 3 races. That's 98 Octane. I'll go with Bannon, the 5 for Kieran McGee. You like a Decker late double, like a Kieran McGee, James Wolfe early double. Bannon, they went in, and these guys are pretty sharp. James Wolfe is an owner, very busy in the claim box and going ahead and purchases some horses. Does a nice job. I thought this horse ran pretty good for maiden 50's first time out at Aqueduct. A decent middle move before flattening out. A horse that just doesn't really fit the profile for a Pletcher barn. So they're going to reach in and try to get this horse and pick him back up. I think this horse can do well. Gallop last time out for 12.5, maybe a little bit lesser group. I don't think this horse has to improve much. Can go ahead and stalk and move on with it. I like the way this horse widened last time out.
I like him. That was an off track when he broke his maiden at Gulfstream last out. He gets a sloppy track today, but he's proven he likes a little moisture in the ground at least. Well-bred, son of Tiz now, so we both like the 5 Bannon. I'll throw the 6 in there. Extra Wiseman, I think, is going to get a nice trip from the outside here for trainer John Salzman Jr. and Steve Hamilton. This will be the first race since late December, so hasn't been running too much recently, but in good form. 0 for 2 on a sloppy track, so that's my only concern. But those were our 2 half-mile race at Timonium and a 4.5 at Pimlico. So maybe a little extra, little extra ground today for the 6. Extra Wiseman might like to slop a little bit better.
I think the other Southman horse has a shot. Wonder How. Speed last time on a day where the speed held pretty well. That was January 21st. Just faltered a little bit late. Old Dude came out of that race to win. That was first time Claudio. But by Jersey Town, who's by Speightstown. Anytime you see Speightstown in the breeding on days like this, you've got to give a little extra credence to those kind of runners. So I'm going to throw that horse in the mix. How about the 1A? Here's Paco for Jerry Brooks. Yeah, didn't really like it down there in New Orleans. Comes back north. Hasn't went over the sloppy sealed surface at Laurel back in October and was able to rate and go clear in that. I think this horse is right in the mix. I like the bottom that this horse has off of his route races.
All right, so nice group of 3-year-olds there in the second race to kick off the early pick 4. Let's take a look here at the third race. Race 3 will kick off the rolling super high 5 with that low 15% takeout. Little carryover when we start the super high 5 in race 3, little over $600. If they don't hit it in the third, that'll carry over to the next race with 7 or more horses. That'll be race 4, I believe, or if not the 4, it'll be race 4. We have 7 in there in the fourth. So super high five action here in race 3. Nice group of maiden 3-year-olds claiming 16,000, going 5.5 furlongs. I like a first-time starter on top here in the third. He doesn't catch the toughest group for the debut assignment. Number 4, Irish Colony. You like this first-timer as well, by Patientville, out of a Tail of the Cat mare. Prom Time, who's been a solid producer, one of those Howard Bender mares. I think Howard Bender's still the leading breeder here in Maryland last year. What a solid producer Prime Time's been. She's thrown 3 foals. They've all made about 100,000 zip time. 111,000 have 111,000 zip time. He ran around here. Then this horse, a full brother, Lange True Passion, made about 95,000. Won 5 times sprinting on the dirt. So I like the family here for the 4 Irish Colony. For Tim Keefe, he can win first time out. Some nice, good enough works here at Laurel Park for this level. You get a good rider, Sheldon Russell, and Lasix in debut.
Yeah, real questionable group. Got Charlestown Connections as the favorite off of that maiden special weight effort at Charlestown State Bred race, but not too bad. The 5th place finisher did come back to win on the drop. Going to be a shorter price as the 7 Rescue 5, but I agree with you. The 4 Irish Colony, the biggest key, that full brother by Patientville. Okay, right. 3 for 4 on an off track.
There you go.
I like that. So,
there you go. He's going to get an off track today. So the 4 Irish Colony, we'll have to check the odds board here early on. Might see some early play there for the 4. The 7 Rescue 5 is going to get a much better trip than this 3-year-old son of Frisian Fire did in his debut. Had to break from the 1 hole in a 9-horse field, going 4.5 at Charlestown against maiden special weight. That's tough to do. Really the horse had a troubled trip. Now gets a much better outside post. They put the blinkers on. The Bug Boy. We both like the 7 here. Cold 4-7 exactly.
Very well could be right on the engine. You see that. The rail at Charlestown 4. That's a brutal spot to break. They rush up, and they usually encounter trouble because the outside horses drop in. You have to check, and you see it right there. Steadied quarter pole, then came back a little bit, make a little bit of a move before flattening out and just holding on to the show. Blinkers on. I'm assuming it's all systems. Just go ahead with a clean break, send, and go as fast as you can, as far as you can for the 7 Rescue 5. The 3 I'll throw into the mix for Donnie Barr, a firster, Mea Desperado by Despite the Odds. Makes this horse a have to have hope. I see Speightstown again in that breeding. Speightstown, the daddy of Despite the Odds, who's had a couple winners. Hasn't had a lot of foals, but we've seen a few now win early. So I'm going to throw this horse into the mix in race 3.
All right, nice group of maidens there in the third. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, the pick 6 has a little carryover today, over 1,300. That starts in race 4. You like the middle pick 4 as well, starting in the 4th race. I like the late pick 5. That starts in race 5. We'll take a look at all that right after this. All right, welcome back today to Races. Let's take a look at today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starting in race 4. A little carryover today, $1,314 for today's Pick 6. Race 4 also kicks off the middle Pick 4. Keith, you have a ticket for the middle Pick 4. Let's take a look.
There it is.
There we go.
$24, Stan. Get you started. 3 and the 6 look like the obvious choices in race number 4. Hey, Willie and Sir Bon. Spreading a little deeper. Race 5, I like Bo Vuk right back. I think he's showing. He's not really a one-run sprinter. He really is kind of sustaining runs and not needing that setup. 1, 2, 5, 6 though, because it's a shorter field. We've got them all covered. Let's hope Giles Fair maybe runs second. I don't have him in there. Race 6, the 2 and the 7, Smart Royalty for Damon Dilladovico, and Sensational Notion. I think is an okay, like a middle price play. Gets a good setup. A little bit of drop here for Amanda Rawlings in race number 6, and the 7th. Big field, wide open affair. We've got to go with some prices. We'll go 4, 6, and 13 in the race 7. $24 ticket, and if that hits, we're going to look at a nice payday.
That is a big field in race 7. One of our features of the day, maiden 40 for 3-year-olds going 3/4. So nice race there in the 7th. Let's take a look here at race 4, beating 7,500, 4 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months, going 6 furlongs. I like the 3. Hey, Willie, we both like the 3. I have them on top. You have them in the exact first off the claim here for Kieran McGee. Kieran 21% first off the claim. Hey Willie loves it here at Laurel Park. A 6-time winner here at Laurel Park. He's won twice in the off going and just clobbered him late January here against Beat Nickel Company.
Right.
Got a strong 81 buyer. Now steps up here off the claim. Going to be awfully tough to beat here, I think, in the fourth.
Kieran, 3 runners. He's live with all 3.
Yep.
I mean, he could go. He could sweep them, get the hat trick. Hey, Willie got away with a soft opening quarter last time for him, but came back to a track that he really likes. He loves Laurel Park. 9 wins in total. Only 1 win at the 6 furlong distance, but he catches the right kind of field today. He might be able to go ahead and clear off and relax. He's run some bigger numbers on and off track. Okay, that works for him. I don't know if he's going to shake Sir Bon. That horse dropped, and that horse really kind of picked his head up last time. Bruno Tessori went in off for the claim off of Rudy Rodriguez. I'm thinking the 6, Sir Bon, can keep Hey Willie in his sights. But, you got Almodovar, he's deadly. When he comes in a ride for Kieran, they're awfully tough. He's going to be the one to catch. If he kind of gets around the turn 2-3 in front and relaxes, I don't know if Sir Bon can wear him down. I'm taking a shot. He's got to be up on his throat latch turning for home if I think he's going to get it done.
You mentioned Almodovar and McGee together. They're 38% together from a 56 horse sampling recently. So, they're real tough. 3-6 for me, 6-3 for you. The 6, Sir Bon will get a nice trip. Then we both like the 4 and the 5 as well. The 4, Big Slick, showed a little speed last out and then got tired. That was against, a little tougher company. No, not really. That was against 16,003 Life company. That was a dual condition 4-year-old against older. Yeah, this is a tougher race today for Big Slick.
Yeah, I think the key, he's done very well on an off track. You see that. But I don't know what he was doing up on the lead last time. He's kind of just like sits back and makes the 1 run. That's the best thing for him. But you say this is a little bit tougher group. He's going to need a serious meltdown, I think, if he's going to get up past the 3 or the 6.
Phil's Cocktail in good form. Should be right there for the Penn National shipper, Aaron McClellan.
Yeah.
So nice group of beaten 7,500 sprinters there in race 4 to kick off the pick 6. I like the late pick 5 today. That starts in race 5. No carryover, but as always, more money for you, the better with that industry low 12% takeout in the late pick 5. There's my ticket, a $32 ticket. I'm going to go with the 2 favorites here, I think. In race 5, they can get it done. I like the 1, Beauvouk on top, but the 6, Painted Patchen, should be right there for Lacey Gaudette and Elvis Trujillo. So 1-6 here in race 5. Race 7, I'll go 4 deep using the 2, 3, 5, 6 in there. Maybe I can get a little bit of a price. The 3 all spun up at 4-1. Or I like the 6 in there. Lucky Factor with Vargas aboard for Casey Cartagena. Might get in front early and go all the way. That Cartagena winner on Friday did that, right? Or was that yesterday?
Well, yesterday the horse got to the front and then actually was headed and came back to win.
Yep.
Yeah, the horse that came in from California.
All right, so the 6, Lucky Factor, I think live at 8-1 there in race 6. Then race 7, I like the 11 on top, Sparty at 10-1 with Vargas aboard for trainer Mike Pino. This horse, I think, is going to get a nice trip on the outside. This will be the first start on the off going. We'll see if Sparty can like the mud a little bit today. I like 11 Sparty and the 9 Treetop Flyer is going to probably be in front from the outside for Cal Lynch. Then my best bet of the day, the 3, Brighton Lane for Kenny Decker in race 8. I like a Kenny Decker late daily double. The 3, Brighton Lane in race 8. That's a nice starter allowance feature of the day. And then I like Kenny Decker with the 5, Swamp Chili at 6-1 in the last race. But I'll go 5, 6, 9, 11 there in the last race. So a $32 ticket for the late pick 5. Let's take a look here at race 5, going a mile in a 16th, 16,000 starter allowance company. Never won 4 here, and we have a video spotlight on the 1, Beauvouk. I like this 5-year-old son of Notional for trainer Robert Vukovic. Here's Beauvouk on January 8th here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, a little bump early, but just kind of settled off the pace. And, Deal Driven had things his own way on the front end and just wasn't quite able to hold. Beauvouk, we talked about it, so that wasn't a dual setup. He just ran his race. He ran his race 2 races back at a mile. Unfortunately, ran into a little bit of a trouble, but I like the determination, rallying inside of a rival here past the 16th pole. Just kind of gathered up a little bit at the wire to win, edging away by 3 parts of a length. Shorter field here. Now we're down to a field of 5. Painted Patchen ran awfully big last time, and showed improved speed. He was fresh for Lacey Gaudette, first time off the claim off of a big freshening. I'm just worried, can he kind of run that race back? That was awfully big. But I do think he's going to keep the 5. The lone looks like the speed in his sights. That sets it up. Bo Vuk, I don't think has to be too far back. I want to see him maybe 3 or 4 out of it, turn it for home. I think he could just make that steady, grinding run that he likes to do and go ahead and get up to make it 2 straight.
And he's 1 for 1 on a muddy track. He broke his maiden here at Laurel Park, going 5.5 on a muddy sealed track. So Bo Vuk likes to slop. Should get a good inside trip here with Taylor Hole aboard and being a good spot turner for home. So we both have Bo Vuk on top. Yeah, maybe a little concern about the 6 Painted Patch bouncing off that big effort coming off the debut.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern, Stan. He was dead game. I did not expect that out of him. Now, the blinkers went on. That could have been the key. You know, he laid a lot closer. This is a horse is usually in another county after a quarter of a mile. He was right up to internal fractions, 24-47, 11-4, challenged in between horses. Just wasn't quite good enough. The Great Gatsby got by and got him. He runs it back. I think he can certainly win it. I think he comes back just a little bit off of that race, Bo Vuk. The 5 horse inches out a jump up from the nickel 3 in life. We'll go out on the lead. Drew away from a much lesser field, much the best. Yeah, he was under a solid drive all the way to about the last 3 strides. So I think these other horses won't let him get away. A little bit better horse is going to be kind of coming after him around the final turn.
The 6 Painted Patch, a popular horse for all the local photographers around here. He's a rare white thoroughbred, 5-year-old white gelding by Thunder Gulch, and he'll have his picture taken regardless today in the slop. So the 6 Painted Patch, and we both like here in this race.
I'm going to pop the 2 in at a little bit of a price. You know, 12-1 morning line should come down a hair off of that. I know this is a little bit of a step up. Has to make an improvement, maybe 8 to 10 points, so 3 or 4 lengths to get it done. But I like the way this horse got position from the 8 post in that 2-turn race at Parks off of a lengthy layoff. This barn pretty crafty. Eddie Coletti does okay. He's 31% the last 90 days, and I know this horse can go ahead and get the 2 turns and get this distance.
What do you make of the Shane Myers shipper from Mahoning Valley? Won big by 13.5 last out, but that was against Nickel 3 Life at Mahoning Valley, going 2 turns. It was in the mud, got a big number, 73. Will that sharp number transfer here at Laurel Park?
It may. I mean, the next horse I think might have came back and beat a lesser group. Old Segovia on the running lines. Remember him? The old Corrales horse? Yep. He was under a drive, and he was nursed along on the lead. Hard to gauge. I've got him lined a little bit too high. He'll come down probably maybe 3-1, 7-2 in this race. But Painted Patch with the blinkers on is a much better horse that's going to be tracking than what was tracking him last time out. We'll see. You know.
All right. Nice route, dirt route there to kick off the late pick 5. Let's take a look here at the late pick 4 starting race 6, going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 16,004 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. We have a video spotlight here on the 7, Sensational Notion. I don't pick this horse at all, but I know you like the horse a little bit. Here's the race from September 23rd here at Laurel.
Yeah, and got a nice little setup. McPherson just a little bit better. Source, 14 tries, 1 win, 3 seconds, and 3/3. Reunited, that day was with Stevie Hamilton, and just not quite good enough. But McPherson's kind of the key. He stepped up. He ran well for 25,000. I see a little bit possible meltdown. Lucky factor, plenty of speed. Legal precedent. He's back to showing that speed. He did it last time. Smart Royalty will force the 1 horse for contesting coming in. I think we're going to have a good flow. This horse has run okay on a wet track. Trouble last time against better. You see that short common squeeze start. Just made up no ground really from the top of the lane home. But a little freshening. He looks like the live closer in here.
Little freshening. We haven't seen him since mid-December, so coming off about almost a 2-month layoff, only 1 work over there at Pimlico. Does find a little easier company than that last race, but I didn't use him. We'll see how he does coming off the layoff today. I like the 2 on the outside. I think this horse in good form right now. Just had a sharp race late January here at Laurel Park against 10,002 Life. Good second that day. Now a confident step up here to the 16-2 Life. The horse must be in good form. The barn wanted to run him, so they run today for 16,000. Joe Torres stays aboard. The 2 Smart Royalty. You like the horse as well?
I do, and you really look at it on kind of a similar type of racetrack, similar variant. Smart Royalty opening quarter 22-3. It's pretty quick. Was zipping up to the inside. He's, I think, going to get easy position, but I do think he has a rating gear if needed. Improving. Looks like he's moving in the right direction for Dilla DeVico.
How about the 6, Lucky Factor? That's my 8-1 shot. I like on my late pick 5 ticket. You get the leading rider Vargas aboard for Quesahano. This horse had speed. 4-year-old by the Factor had speed. Went almost wire to wire. It did go wire to wire last out to break his maiden against maiden 16,000. Well spotted here, facing winners for the first time. First time in the off going. I'm just hoping maybe he can get in front with that outside speed and like the slop and keep on going with the leading rider.
Certainly, breeding suggests he should be fine over a wet surface. Glam Slam came back to win out of that race, right? Yesterday. So Lucky Factor will be, I'm sure, sent. Trying to figure it out. We needed him a couple races back in down on the hills. He had a lot of trouble in the 10th. But, yeah, he's definitely going to be out on the front. I think Smart Royalty will take maybe a little bit of a rating gear in there. Maybe not. But I like the 7 as a little bit closer. But the 2, I fear the most, Smart Royalty.
All right, race 7, one of our features of the day. Nice group of maiden 3-year-olds here in race 7 to kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming 40,000. I like a 10-1 shot here on the outside. The 11 Sparty, 3-year-old by Warriors Reward out of a City Zip mare for trainer Mike Pino. And this horse hasn't done anything wrong in 3 starts. A good third and debut against maiden 40 last October. Stayed at this maiden 40,000 level the last 2 starts and been right there. Hasn't run since early December, but it's been working well up there at Parks for Pino. Pino gets the leading rider, Vargas, to ride today. Hopefully the horse can maybe break with a little more speed on the outside and be in a good spot early on here. I'll take a shot here with the 11 Sparty, his first try in the sloppy going as well.
Looks like the race. Man, if you could punch the all button, if you had some singles maybe to surround it, this would be the race to do it. I had a brutal time lining the race. Pretty much came down treetop flyer at 4, might be a little bit lower. That was a kind of a gaudy number buyer-wise compared to the rest of this field, but I don't know if I can really trust it. He battled on the front end, had the lead, but he's stretching out a little bit further, and the 2-horse Align the Numbers has a lot of speed to the inside. So if a couple of these kind of break cleanly, you can call me Cowboy, it's going to be a hotly contested pace. I do believe in race 7. I like the 4, and I like the 6 in here. I'm going to go with the 6 on top, just warming up. A horse that ran well in debut back in late October behind Love's Last Dash, came with a good late rally, beat Sparty. The blinkers go on, freshened up since November. There it is, the mile work, old school, Clem Florio style, right? I love it. The bottom is going to be on this horse. The blinkers going. I think he can really draft into position. If he's there within 5 or 6 of them mid-turn, I think he makes a serious impact in this race, and you're going to get a square price. May have him lined a little high at 12, but this is one of these races you're going to have to demand value. You cannot take something short in race number 7.
That's why I go with the 11 Sparty on top. I didn't use the 6 just warming up. I love the Great Notions. Trainer Judy DiNatale, she's been around here for a long time. Does a nice job with a small amount of horses. And this horse has run a couple big races against Maiden 40, but looks like he's a closing sprinter. And now he's coming back to the races after about almost 3 months off. And I saw that mile work at Pimlico February 1st. So you think maybe is this race just a stepping stone for longer races down the road? We'll see. He gets Sheldon Russell today. Maybe the blinkers on can have him a little closer early on.
Yeah,
maybe.
I hope so. I like the fact that he ran well in debut. You got 36-1 that day. You're not going to get it this afternoon. You got certainly a capable rider in Sheldon Russell to get this horse into position. Breeding, I'm fine with Great Notion, Meadow Monster on the bottom. I think it's going to be fine for an off track. This horse, it's going to get the right kind of flow up front. And even the 4, Crichelli, Stevie Hamilton, rides this horse, this 3-year-old by Outflanker, old Outflanker. How old is he now?
Yeah, he's been doing well around here in Maryland.
Yeah,
he's old.
Yeah, January 14th, out of that Global Citizen race. Global Citizen came back to run a good second in that stake up in New York yesterday. A little trouble. You see that stumbled at the start, just kind of even. It's a little bit of a drop when you break it all down. Crichelli, also another one from the back of the pack.
Going to have to do better than the debut. I think I hit the all button when I used this horse in his debut. But I was against Maiden Special Weight. He didn't break very well. Gets a little easier company today. You go against a 9 treetop flyer altogether. You think the horse maybe might bounce off that big number last hour where he was second at this level. Showed speed from the outside.
Yeah, and Torch of Truth, the horse that beat him, was out of the Eagle Terrace race, okay, in which Just Warming Up and Sparty all come out of. I know he had an excuse that day. That was an Ionati horse that circled and won off. But, yeah, I just think that was a hard race for this horse. He battled awfully hard through good internals with the other speed in this race. If the 2 comes out running, I think it's going to take a little starch out of him. That extra 16th of a mile could be difficult for this horse to get as the favorite. That's why I got to go for a little bit higher price.
All right, so a big 13-horse field here in race 7, and both of us we're on entirely 4 different horses, so all over the place. So wide open event here for maiden 3-year-olds in the 7th race. Let's take a look at the 8th race, our starter allowance feature of the day, going a mile to kick off the late daily double. This is a 25 starter, never won 2 life. Am I right? Yeah, no, I'm sorry to make that never won 3 life. Never won 3 lives, 25 starter. We have a video spotlight. My best bet in here, the 3 Brighton Lane. But let's take a look here at the 6 Quality Asset, the John Service Shipper, 4-year-old son of Quality Road. Here's the race from January 20th.
Yeah, I mean, this horse, got the confidence builder he needed all from September. Came back January 20th at Parks, and what I like is the way this horse just kind of gobbles up ground from the 3/8 pole to the quarter. But look at this horse, just passing horses like they're tied to a tree, and ends up slipping up through the inside. The leader there, a little bit of a drift, and they weren't real demanding fractions. And for him to make that kind of run, sustain it, he might got a little tired at the end. He kind of just, maintained that 3-length advantage from the last 16th of a mile. That's got him right. He's dead fit off of that race. I like a repeat. The 2-back try back in September, you look at that page, that was a strong, strong race that other than Uncle Mojo came back to run 3rd in an allowance at Keeneland with a mid-80 buyer. I think Quality Asset moving in the right direction. Got what he needed last time and can repeat for Service.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses here. Big effort from the 6 Quality Asset last out. You get Vargas on that horse. The 3 Brighton Lane with a big effort last out. This horse has been in good form for a long, long time for Kenny Decker, and Steve Hamilton got on him last time. A nice off-the-pace rally to win by 2.5 going away. Got a strong 81 buyer. This horse 5 for 7 in the money here at Laurel Park with a win in 4 seconds. So he'll be right there again today. 3-6 for me, 6-3 for you for the exacta here. Yeah. And so a nice group of runners here. We both like the 4 Super Buddy Elvis Trujillo aboard this 4-year-old son of Super Saver for Lacey Gaudet. The last race, I don't know what happened there. Maybe just draw a line through that race. But the race 2 starts ago, a strong effort where he went wire to wire with an 82 buyer.
Yeah, lean in, bumped it to start, and that was enough. That horse got off towards the back of the pack, was very wide. DeGrom, a next out winner, another Service horse that really ran big that afternoon on the 14th, ran like a mid-80 buyer. But the 5, People's Champ, questionable. They claim this horse, a little freshening and a raise and a protect. This horse is injured. He's got a back number to go off of. He's going to get a stalking trip here this afternoon. Can he kind of sustain at a mile is going to be the biggest concern, but you must like this horse.
All right, so nice little starter allowance feature going a mile there in race 8. Let's take a look here at the final race, race 9. I go 4 deep here on my late pick 5 ticket. It's a wide open maiden 10, 4 and up, going 6 furlongs. And here's my Kenny Decker horse I like here, Swamp Chili. Decent effort back in mid-November at this level. Rallied from off the pace to finish second that day with a bug boy. He gets a bug boy today, Carlos Carrasco, who's been winning races for Kenny Decker. We haven't seen a horse since mid-November, so a little bit of a question mark there, but a decent half-mile work here at Laurel late January. I like the price here on the 5, Swamp Chili, my top pick.
That's another completely mad scramble of a race. Scratch the 1. Here comes Michael. Scratch the 4, Captain Trips in this race. The intern, I think, could be the speed. Going to be probably sent from the inside. Can he get the 6? I don't know. Cannon's Roar I'll come back to for Dorothy Wharton Wasabi. This horse made a little bit of a rally after some early trouble against the grain of the racetrack to the 19th. Speed was pretty dominant. Lucky Factory, we just saw a little while ago, went wire to wire. Meet Darling Chessie, a horse that really backed up a lot in his prior races. Hung around a long, long time. Might have been the track that held him up that afternoon. Cannon's Roar with a run into it. If you're looking for a bomb, how about the 8, Loving Chemistry for Robbie Bell? He's going to run for the $8,000 tag. Going to carry $120. Third time for Robbie. This horse loomed. I like this horse at a big price last time, almost 50 to 1. Looked poised to go at the quarter pole, just flattened a little bit. Maybe third time in the barn will be the charm, and a little bit more follow through today.
Wide open race. Yeah. I'm not giving up on Slim just yet. I'm not picking him on top, but I'll pick Slim in the exact. He's 0 for 13, but I don't know what happened his last race. Maybe just draw a line through that last race. He didn't run very well, but before that he was pretty consistent form. He had always rallied to get up to get a piece of it. So I think he bounces back in good form today. Should get a good trip on the outside. He's shown a couple decent races on the off going.
Yeah, this I tell you,
Wide
race,
open
race
here.
7, race 9.
Yep.
your late
Two
pick
maiden
3.
races.
Yeah, not easy whatsoever.
All right, rain continues to fall here at Laurel Park. Sloppy track all afternoon, so look for a mutter here this afternoon. Sunday brunch is cooking. Dave Rodman, he's coming up next with all today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.